Okay, we're set. All right, let's call the meeting to order. This is a meeting of the Williams Creek Town Council. It's August 11th, 2025. My name is Matt Neff. I'm the president of Town Council. Let the record reflect that all council members are present, accounted for, meaning Jason Skerman, Michael Wernke, Heather Murphy, and Matt Hills. Also, counsel to the town, Trent Sandifer from the Taft Law Firm. The agenda for the meeting has been published on the town website in advance as required by law. There is a typo on that. I noticed it says 2024. It should be 2025. So the first order of business is review and approval of the minutes of the last meeting. The last regular meeting was held on June 9, 2025. And then there was a special meeting held on July 8, 2025. I believe draft copies of the minutes have been distributed. Were there any comments or corrections on either set? No. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes? Michael Wernke moved. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Heather seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Minutes are approved. Thank you. Okay, Clerk Treasurer Bob Perrin also present. Please give us a financial report.
Sure. I distributed the month-end reports for June and July. The June is quite important because that's the one we base the rest of the year forecast on, as well as the budget for 2026. Quite frankly, neither of the months was there anything extraordinary, except, as expected. As expected in the month of June, we received the $55,000 property tax. And we also that was the only extraordinary revenue. We had an extraordinary expense of $15,000 with Crossroad, which we actually talked about our last meeting in June. July, nothing extraordinary at all to report there. If there are any questions, I'd like to move into the budget proposal.
Any questions about financials? Okay.
I just also distributed then just the first attempt here at putting a budget together for next year. What I'd like to do is go through it revenue side first, followed by disbursements, and tell you what is in the budget for next year at this point, and then what's not.
No.
Okay, as far as the revenues go, I sent this one to you, a spreadsheet. Full year estimates are typically given to us by the Department of Local Government Finance. We do not have a projection yet. Well, we have a projection for 2005 that we'll get 49,000 here in the second half, which would give us a total of 105,000 for the year, which is about 5,000 more than the year 2024. Staying on that line for 2026, they have not published that yet. It was the assessed values for municipalities. It was supposed to have been published by August the 1st, and they don't have it yet. Just in looking around to see how we might put a number in here for now. The good news is the assessed value probably has gone up, which means that our revenues would go up. On the negative side, and there's a lot, and I think that's what's taking them so long to sort this out, that recent legislation has considerable tax relief in it, property tax relief, and I don't think that's really been quantified. At least at this point, that's what's holding that up. So I don't know. They've got to do it before September, so we'll find out. So what I put in at this point was I just put in the 2026 to the same level as 2025. I'm thinking that the any gains in the assessed value might be offset here by reduced property taxes that have been legislated.
I think we might want to consider
for the 26 budget, doing a 4% decrease, because that's what's being proposed this evening down in the city council.
Is that what, yeah, I'd seen that number around.
4% is what I
Yeah,
heard.
yeah, and I also saw 4% increase in assessed value, so
Oh,
I'm saying those might be offsetting. Now, if it is a 4% decrease where we are this year, yeah, it's $5,000, so.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, all of the others, the other miscellaneous revenues like excise tax and cigarette tax, MVH, local road and streets, those are all given to us by DLGF, and so I plug those in for their instructions for the rest of this year and for 2026. The local option income tax, the guidance on that is to be published by August 16th, so still don't know what that's going to be. But the last 3 years, we've averaged right around $47,000, so that's what I plugged in for next year. Unless you guys are getting really big raises or something.
We are.
Okay.
It's coming
Can I
like,
budget that?
yeah, you can, I should have told you about that before you did that.
Yeah. So that's where Lowit is sitting at this point. On the expense side, any questions about the revenue assumptions at this point?
So what's our total revenue budget? Like 180?
Revenue is 195.
195.
Well, I will say this, I budgeted for less than on the Comcast cable TV franchise kickback. We've got $6,700 in here. We have been getting over $8,000 a year, and there just must be a lot of cord cutters that are affecting that. There are no fees on other internet and streaming services, so it's only Comcast. So those others take over. That reduces the fees we get from Comcast. Simple as that. On the expenditure side, not big money, but I put $250 in there for a directory. Are we doing a directory for next year? It'll be next year, right?
Yeah, or I'm hoping to get it out in October.
Oh, really, this year? Okay, well, I put $250 in there for that. I mean, it's small, but we can cover it somehow.
Heather can keep the vendor off till January.
Yeah, that's right. We just won't pay them until then. That's all it takes, right?
Or I can extend my timeline.
Liability and workers' comp, I increased those premiums each 10% for next year, just to be on the safe side.
What's that amount?
They haven't been going down. Let's see, liability insurance is $15,000 for next year, and workers' comp 4,000. So both up around 10% from what they were this year. Street repairs, I put in it for about, let's see, police car maintenance. We haven't had any until this year. I mean, the car is now 9 years old, so I haven't been budgeting for repairs since we got that vehicle, but I put 3,000 in there, just pull it out of the air. In case something happens, like the air conditioning goes out, or, you name it.
We're not gonna fix the air conditioning.
Something like that.
We're
Yeah,
doing better
roll
when
the window
Better
down.
come up with something real.
we're doing better when Braden Hills was doing.
Yeah.
I was thinking drive on 3 tires.
So I put a little money in for that.
Fish drivers.
On lawn mowing and maintenance, I just projected the same thing we've done this year, and I added another $1,000 for intersection trimming, which we spoke about here earlier, and I added the $10,000 for trees, which I think is about what we did last year.
Right.
yes, and I'll discuss that more specifically later.
Okay, so if that 10 grand's not, I mean, if that's not the actual number, then
Let's pencil in 12 for now because of the, if you want to put that tree inventory in there, which I'm submitting the paperwork to try and get a grant. I don't, if you want to put that all in the same bucket,
yeah, I would.
it'll be about 2 and 9,400.
Bob, what did you say the street repairs?
I only have, what do I have in there for street I haven't really spoken about that yet, but I have $4,000 in there. So that's just, it's just normal maintenance, nothing major there. terms of resurfacing, everything like that. I'm thinking we're getting to the point where we probably gotta come to cracks with some of the streets again. That road can really extend the life, which it has been doing. So, it's no need for that. There's another good size expense recently is, the snow removal cost. I, put in the same as we had for this year at $5,350 for snow removal. Better.
You're welcome, it's so low.
We'll just see what Michael does here, man, how clean he wants these streets, so.
Last year.
Yeah, but I mean,
That
that
means you're
was.
plowing too much.
Yeah, it's-
You were way ahead of thereabouts in popularity.
This is true. You'd be hard pressed to find any place that has, how much roadway, 4 miles of roadway,
4
that
miles.
they got $5,300 worth of, for real.
1,000.
One lot's like $1,200, a little parking lot.
Yeah. What else here, that's, I mean, okay, as far as the engineering services for the town, I put in $1,500. Just gonna pull that out of the air. I just note, is we'll talk here, things that aren't in the budget is any engineering reviews and permitting process, so we'll talk about that in a few minutes. I put in regular payroll hours. So the same number of hours this next year, we're doing this year, at least the regular hours that we work, same rate. Repairs and maintenance, other, put in 11,500. One of the things I'd like to do with some of that is, as we've been adding other signs like speed bump signs and stop signs, things like that. We've just been doing it out of cheap with just angled iron and that sort of thing. So I'd like to go to the town standard in terms of the Sternberg poles and that sort of thing, make it look real nice, consistent with the rest of the signage in town.
Yeah.
Security camera systems, as Daniel noticed, that's down significantly because of the changeover to Verizon from Comcast. We have been running around 1,200, 1,300 a month. And now we'll be doing about 350 plus another 100, maybe 450. Because we still have cable for the data only with the server part two. So we still have an expensive connection there that I guess can't be wireless or.
We asked about that. I mean, we might come as one in the basement.
We don't have great cell service here anyway.
Yeah. Well, the cameras, I think, with Verizon are doing okay, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, they've been,
Now we got priority 5G.
you know, we got everything set up. I mean, we haven't, normally we would have the drops at bad weather. We haven't had that. I mean, we've had a couple go out, but not for any significant amount of time, 20, 30 minutes.
So at the end, it's basically a balanced budget put together after, shows a $2,000 profit, if you will, but management spend that 2,000, so. So it's a break-even budget that we had put together here. The important thing to note here is the full year estimate for 2025 looks like it'll be about a $25,000 to $30,000. It shows up as a loss, but anyway, deficit, if you will, that where our cash balance at the end of the year will end up being reduced by that. So that $25,000 deficit is going to come out of the rainy day fund, which was kind of expected anyway. But, and any deficit we run has to come out of that. So that would take our rainy day fund down to around $80,000 at the end of the year, which is kind of gets really low.
Yeah.
Compared to what we like to have in there. So I just want the council to be aware of that. So what's not in the budget, engineering reviews and permitting fees for any kind of permits for building requirements that will happen next year. I don't have any money in there for the LPRs. And other than $4,000 for road maintenance, there's nothing else for that, so we're just.
I see there's no money in there for the license plate readers?
I haven't put it in yet, yeah.
Okay.
And if I remember, those are 3,000 each a year.
Right. And they're talking seven?
Well, we're starting out with two.
We're starting with 2.
Okay, so I gotta put another, $6,000.
6,000.
Take it out somewhere else, because I gotta have a balanced budget.
So another remedy fund has 74,000.
Yeah, then now they're raining. Yeah, it's raining, huh? Yeah, I will add the 2 in there. Okay.
Well, I mean, one question we're gonna need to ask ourselves is when we do the capital campaign, can we restore some of these engineering fees? Right, so, some of the roadway designs, which have been pretty expensive, we might be able to restore the rainy day fund, I hope.
Yeah, I think so, that's, the money's all earmarked for that,
Yeah.
that type of project, so I think the pre-engineering and things that have been done on that could be charged against that.
Do you know approximately how much we've spent on the pre-engineering?
This year, 10,000, I think it was.
Well, I actually went through the Crossroads invoices.
Yeah.
Infrastructure management services, which would read to be, that is $23,000
In total.
in total. And general plan review services, which I don't know exactly what all that encompasses, would be an additional $1,880. So around $25,000 has been spent conceptualizing some of the roadway changes. I think it's fair to say. So when we do the capital campaign, I think we have an opportunity to reclaim some of that, initial outlay.
We make it 26, we can get right back to 100.
Yeah.
There we go.
So Bob, what action from the council do you need tonight?
Just discussion, really.
Don't need a motion?
No,
Okay.
We will, we'll do a public hearing on the budget on the second Monday of September. And then the our normal October meeting, and the second Monday of October, will be the vote by the council on adopting the budget. And stuff in the gateway and all that magic. That's all we have to do now, so at this point, I'll leave, with any kind of road work from a road design standpoint and all that, that's gonna be separate from the normal budgeting system. So that money will be raised and appropriated on a separate ordinances,
Right.
votes, right? So,
One question on the patrol hours. You had put in did I hear 47,000? Was that generally what it was?
for the last 6 months,
Do we still have that extra patrol still turned on or no?
no.
So any extra patrol would be
Would have to be-
more into the rainy day fund.
Yeah, right.
So about 47,000 and a half for police.
Say 25, so about 100,000 a year.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 25 a quarter, you mean, so 100,000 a
Yeah,
year.
25, right, about 100,000 a year.
And do you happen to, off the top of your head, do you happen to recall what we have in the foundation?
It's like $4,500.
It's minimal.
Okay.
5.
All right, so no motion or anything needed tonight?
No, I just wanted to know where I'm coming from, so I'm gonna proceed on that basis, and that I'll set it out before the meeting, so you have another chance to take a look at what the final, my final submittal will be before we have a public hearing.
Yeah, okay.
And
As the council requested at our last regular meeting, I did request a recap of our Crossroads engineering invoices. And as I told you, the road work design, I think, is around $25,000. We've got the amounts billed for each address where there were drainage permit applications. There were a couple that were unusually large, one of them on 81st Street. The town ate half of that because it was gonna be so high. It's about $4,400.
Which one was that? Was that the
Rock
Ridge on Ridge?
510 East 81st.
Right here.
And then, there was a big one on Ridge Road, which I take it as Andrew held,
7925.
7913. Oh, that must be,
It's two
that's the
properties. It's two properties.
okay, yeah, that's for over $5,000. So we agreed to eat half of the 81st Street bill. Did we recover from the held project? Bob, do you know?
I don't know that I've invoiced. I don't know that Crossroads still invoiced anything yet.
Okay. We ought to try to run that down, and that would move the needle substantially.
Right.
And if you would, just go through these other addresses and make sure we fill
Yeah,
them.
that's on this, the one that,
Yeah,
that
they emailed us.
they emailed us.
Yeah. And then after the July 8 meeting, the special meeting that we had about suspending the enforcement of the drainage ordinance because of House Bill 1037, I told Crossroads, we're not consulting with residents on drainage matters. We're not paying any more bills. If they want to consult with you, you have a separate arrangement with them. But this is not part of the permit process for at least the time being. So we should not see any more invoices for drainage matters until we figure out what we're gonna do about our ordinance.
I see on the agenda, there is this first reading of revised drainage ordinance.
Trent's gonna talk about that.
Okay. All right, so that'll dovetail what you're
That's
saying.
in the new business, yeah. All right, any other questions or comments on budget or financials or related matters?
Just one thing in that, as you're looking at the budget for maintenance or cameras, all the white modems that are out there, I think we had talked about painting them
Oh,
black.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
That's,
so
that's part of what I'm talking about.
perfect.
But there's no cost on that.
No, that he promised.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can do it.
I'll
Yes.
come at
Once
the
you
same
mention
time on
something.
the Comcast.
All right, next topic is security report, Marshall Casper. Have we had any security incidents since our last meeting?
No, it's actually been relatively quiet, even, we didn't back off on the accidents, which kind of surprised me for the summer. And stuff continues to happen around. They've had a couple homicides off of 73rd Street, apartment complexes, but nothing sliding this way yet.
Okay, that's good news. The license plate readers, we have one installed, and do we have a timeline on the second one yet?
Well, you saw those emails going back. The one, I called him. He told me Monday or Tuesday, the Zoom meeting, never heard anything. That didn't happen. Finally got hold of John last week. He's back, was supposed to call me, and then their internet went out that afternoon. Finally got hold of him. So the one that we're gonna put at College and Forest on that southeast, or I'm sorry, southwest corner, not enough sunlight there. So they wanted to move it. We looked at it, gonna try to put it at the northeast corner of Morningside and Forest. There's more sunlight there. They're supposed to come out and do a site survey to make sure it'll work. They were asking about the easement. I got old Bob like 45 feet from the center
Yeah,
line.
you're safe with that.
So they're supposed to come out and take a look at that, and then that'll go back into getting it done, hopefully within the next 2 weeks.
Northeast corner of Forest and Morningside.
Yeah.
So is there,
Diagonally across from where the camera, the security camera and speed limit are.
okay, so at the point where Dan's live,
Across the street there.
okay,
Because that way we can pick up anybody coming into town. If we put it at the triangle, they can go Morningside, both directions and nothing. If we put it on the other side, they can go the same thing. So that's the only place we can snatch everything coming into the town.
okay. Well, the plan was always try them out on these freestanding poles. And then over time, we'd mount them on our light fixtures or somewhere less intrusive, so that makes sense.
Where'd the first one go again?
Willow Springs and Penn. It's in the southeast corner
Essentially broadbents.
Yeah.
The corner of broadbents property.
coming into the town.
Are you getting payments on that? or-
Well, I mean, I haven't put anything in yet, as far as for a hit and stuff. The interesting thing is, we've got 200 agencies that has asked for us to share. I've kicked the shares back and I've got boom, boom, boom back. I mean, the approvals come back quick with the exception of one so far. You can all guess who that is. And so I'm gonna work with Flock specifically and probably go around that. But it doesn't matter because I have access to those another way.
Well, I mean, if it's a problem, we can get hold of our council member.
The nice thing about it is the person that was in charge of those is no longer in charge, so.
And I spoke to Commander, North District Commander Matt Thomas, and I told him ours were coming up online. He goes, oh, that's easy. I'll just click a button. So he knows that we're putting them in. We can
I
remind.
don't think, well, maybe he doesn't see the request, but if he can approve it, I'll try it again because it goes downtown. It was supposed to be, Wethington was the one requesting those. And Wethington and I have some history there. So, but he is out of Mesa and in the chief's office now. So I think it's going to somebody else.
I'm happy to, I mean, you know, Matt Thomas very well.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, you know, I ran into him, mentioned it to him, and I think we just go to him and have him approve it.
Yeah, because one of the first ones that asked for ours is Carmel.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and I had mentioned it to their chief as well. So
yeah,
I knew-
so then of course I kicked the request right back and that, boom.
Yeah.
So, so I'm hoping within next, I'm hoping this week sometime, I heard from them on the site survey.
Okay, well, if you don't, you already saw one nasty email
Yeah.
from me. I'll send them another one if I have to. This is ridiculous.
Well, I mean, he was on bereavement, I understand it, but the other guy that gave us that Kagan, I called him twice, left him a message, sent him the email, okay, Monday or Tuesday. I guess that'll work after 9 o'clock, let me know, and got ghosted from there, and then lo and behold, that John called me last week and left me a message.
Well, I went to the head of sales and said, your installation people are letting you down.
Yeah.
So, if it continues, let me know.
Okay.
So we'll just count on you, Al, to get that approval from Indianapolis. Patrol frequency and reporting ordinance violations, anything? No?
We're gonna, it's one of the things, I've got Christian Canellis is leaving us. He's going to Lawrence the 18th of this month. He'll be sworn in there, so he'll be coming off the calendar for at least a year, maybe less, depending on how they're considering lateral transfer is what they're doing. So he may only have to be an FTO for a couple of weeks and then give him 6 months before he comes back. I've got another gentleman, I think I talked to you about a couple months ago, Bernard Mann, I might know if you think of that. He was Gary Police Department for 22 years, left Gary, went to the Railroad Police, and now he's working Eskenazi. He is Tier 1, which is ILEA graduate. I've already taken care of everything as far as his certificate, because ILEA does not have him in the system because it was prior to Arcadis. So he's all set up. The only thing I have to do is just get the radio transferred over and get all the information to you, and he's ready to start. He can work day shift, he works late shift at Eskenazi, so he can pick up probably 2 or 3 days a week easily.
What's the last name?
Mangum, MANGUM,
Just think it's,
yes. David Loy will be out probably still until September, maybe October.
oh, really?
Yeah, I talked to him last week, second shoulder surgery, but he's in more pain and PT's not helping. I was like, well, that's because you're old, buddy.
So kind of bottom line, Al, you think we've got enough personnel to do patrolling?
We probably should have one more so I can get somebody else on the calendar. I've got another one that's a retired IMPD officer that's interested, David, the friend of David Doyle. I don't know him. I've talked to actually one of the guys that works for me that's retired IMPD, supposed to be a great guy, very reliable. He's supposed to be reaching out to me here in the next couple of weeks. Talk to him, but he'll be Tier 1. The only thing we have to worry about is radio, because I've only got that one spare radio. And a radio's about $5,000. So. We'll see how I can work that out. I might be able to borrow one someplace. Yeah, they're nasty tonight.
Well, keep us informed if we need to make an appropriation, we'll find a way to do it. All right, any questions for Al? Okay, turn to old business then. Traffic management, last time we met, we agreed we would put a stop sign at Sycamore and Willow Spring. That was installed. The Thomasons at my request trimmed the trees. So now you can actually see a sign, so that's helpful. Last regular meeting, we had some residents here who were complaining about the speed tables. They didn't think they were effective. They didn't particularly like them. I noted that in the minutes, and then I got a couple of phone calls from people who read the minutes who said, I very much think they're effective, and I would like the town council to retain them. So we have varying opinions on this. My opinion is that we just maintain the status quo. We leave them there and continue to get feedback on the strategic plan at the fall social.
Has there been any feedback on the stop sign?
Only my wife who said she liked it.
Well, that's all that really matters.
That's very important.
Yes.
Yeah,
More so to you than the rest of us, but important to us as well.
but did you come to a complete stop?
Oh, my, yes.
How many seconds?
Put 5 seconds.
5
Put a white stripe down.
Oh, who will get it out?
Now, we will enforce those signs, right? I mean, we're